Okay, so we're gonna do one more segment here on Descartes. We're gonna conclude here after his meditations on first philosophy, and I want to discuss mainly again his theory of ideas and the mind itself, and basically he says in the whole thing that the mind is more reliable to understand things and with the senses to get around than the body is. So with the mind, we have ideas in action. With ideas, we have innate or of the intellect, which are just known by the intellect. There are ideas from the outside, and there are ideas by me. And with ideas in action, there are judgments, which are they are affirming or denying. There's volitions, action towards a idea, and there are emotions. And I want to kind of discuss the few proofs that he does offer in this work. In the first one, we discussed his skepticism and his epistemology. In the second one, we discussed the cogito ergo sum and the wax argument. In the third one, we discussed his proof for the existence of God. The fourth one about how God is no deceiver, and the fifth one about the fifth and the sixth about real distinction and the existence of material bodies. The proof of the existence of the existence of self has to do with I think, therefore I am, I'm thinking, I'm doubting. There cannot be a thought without a owner. Therefore I have to exist. Then there's the wax argument, which isn't really a proof, but it's a argument about the intellect or innate ideas. Then there is the proof for the existence of God and about how there must be some sort of necessary idea among all these contingent ones, and about there must be something that is the first cause of all the other ideas. Thinking about that and how we can't have, I guess, all these, regular ideas without there being some one idea that is necessary and it is above all the others. And he also follows this up in the fourth meditation about how God doesn't deceive, because to deceive is malice and weakness, and that's not a sign of perfection of God. He argues for the existence of the material bodies in two ways, one having to do with God, and about how even though we perceive only ideas and not things themselves, we perceive ideas in regard to those things themselves, and we perceive or imagine God in a certain way, in which, if there wasn't a God, a supreme perfect God, a lot of this whole stuff, all this whole order of things would sort of fall apart here. And I explained it better in my other videos here, and I have other videos about Descartes that are just on certain specific ideas. So you can go into my modern philosophy playlist for those. However, all these will be in my intro to philosophy playlist there. And he also argues for real distinction, which is how the mind and the body are really distinct, how they are two different things, even though they are directly connected. They are distinct, two different things. And he kind of goes about that by talking about how we perceive ideas and not material objects, and how the mind is more reliable than the body to knowing things and sensing things. And he kind of talks about the nature of the mind, and how also this body, which is extended to how it is mine, how it is connected how also it's not the same thing. There is no monism here. There's a dualism. The mind is the way more supremer thing. Stupid. It's a made up word I just used. Way more supreme thing going on, but it's still connected to this extended thing, which is lesser. So that's kind of the bigger thing. The bigger things that I discussed in this whole long segment. So let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, or if you want me to explain something a little bit better, or maybe even a lot better, comment below and tell me. I would really like that, because whenever you comment, I get an email, and that way I can see it, and I will usually do whatever you ask me. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back with Leibniz.